Number 1, crying when you're not sad. So there you are, casually watching a commercial for cat food. When bam, tears. Real ones, streaming down your face like you just got dumped by someone who never existed. Why? Because your brain, the glorious mess of tangled wires it is, doesn't know how to label emotions correctly all the time. See, crying isn't just about sadness. It's about emotional intensity. And sometimes your brain's like, hey, this piano music busts. A montage of happy reunions, emotion overload, and it hits the waterworks switch, no questions asked. To your brain, excitement, relief, nostalgia, joy, they're all just roommates in the same apartment, using the same shared bathroom of emotional expression. And crying, that's like the shower. Everyone uses it, even when they don't really need to. So next time you tear up watching a Pixar short, or when someone gives you an unexpected compliment, don't panic. You're not broken. You're just experiencing a good old-fashioned emotional traffic jam, where every feeling rear-ends the other, and your tear ducts are the first responders. Basically, your brain is overreacting in 5 different directions and somehow thinks eye leakage is the solution. Funerals. Serious meetings. That one time your friend tripped over absolutely nothing in front of a crowd and you could not stop giggling. Your brain, in its infinite wisdom, sometimes responds to extreme discomfort or stress by going full Joker mode. It's called incongruous affect, which is basically a fancy way of saying your brain is glitching but pretending it's fine. This happens because laughter isn't always about joy. Sometimes it's your brain hitting the panic button and trying to reboot. You're uncomfortable, embarrassed, anxious. Cool. How about we chuckle like we just heard the funniest knock-knock joke from 1997? Evolutionarily, this might have been useful. Laughing can diffuse tension, show social bonding, and stop you from crying like a soggy lasagna. But when you're laughing uncontrollably during a breakup talk, or while someone tells you they're quitting their job to be a mime, yeah, not so helpful. Basically, your nervous system is throwing a tantrum in your honor, and it brought clown shoes. Ever yelled at someone who startled you? Or snapped during a horror movie jump scare? Congratulations, you're the proud owner of a threat system that files fear under hostile customer service. This emotional mix-up comes from the fight-or-flight response, which, surprise, isn't subtle. When you're scared, your body floods with adrenaline like it's auditioning for an action movie. But instead of running away like a rational forest creature, your body sometimes decides, let's yell at this person holding the birthday cake instead. It's like your brain has a panic translator, but it only speaks anger. Fear sounds like fury. Startle sounds like sass. You're just trying to survive. And suddenly, you're the Hulk. And good luck explaining to your friends why you punched the air when they whispered boo. In short, your brain's fear settings are stuck on rage mode, and it doesn't come with a mute button. Number 2, feeling lonely while surrounded. You're in a room full of humans. You're nodding, smiling, even making small talk about how wild the weather is. Classic. But deep down, you feel like a ghost at a party full of people who can't see you. Loneliness doesn't just mean being alone. It means not feeling connected. Your brain doesn't care how many people are near your body. It wants to know if any of them actually get you. No connection? Cool. Enjoy this fun serving of existential despair. This glitch has a root in evolution, because back when we lived in caves and hunted mammoths, being socially connected was literal survival. So now, your brain treats emotional disconnection like a full-blown emergency. Even if you're in a packed coffee shop scrolling Instagram while pretending to listen to a podcast. Basically, your brain is a needy little Wi-Fi router, constantly screaming, no signal, even when you're in the middle of a crowd. You ever look back at a stressful part of your life, like college exams, a toxic relationship, or 2014 in general, and think, man, those were the days? That's your brain's memory system running a highlight reel with all the bad parts cut out. This phenomenon is called rosy retrospection, and it's your emotional version of using an Instagram filter on a dumpster fire. Why does your brain do this? Because it loves narrative. It wants your life to have arcs and meaning. So once a chapter is over, it repackages it with nostalgia-colored glasses and sells it back to you as the good old days. Even the hard parts start to feel warm and fuzzy because you survived them. And survival, Justine, triumph, and emotional bonus points. So suddenly that year, you cried in the shower every Tuesday feels like a character-building montage. Also, your brain compares current stress to past stress, and the past one always looks safer because it's already over. Current stress is present and messy, which your brain doesn't like. Basically, your brain is a biased film editor turning your low-budget tragedy into a sepia-toned indie movie. You cleared your schedule, you finally have a free afternoon. You sit down with snacks and a blanket, ready to do absolutely nothing, and then bam! Guilt. Why? Because your brain's been conditioned by the productivity cult. Even rest now feels like a crime unless it's earned, optimized, or #ed self-care with a candle. Thanks to hustle culture and our collective obsession with usefulness, your brain treats rest as suspicious. You're not doing something? Quick, feel guilty. Maybe check your email, fold a sock. Anything. Even worse, when you do rest, your brain sometimes mislabels it as laziness, like you're committing some sort of moral failure for not grinding 24/7. But here's the psychological reality. Recovery is productive. Rest is not wasted time, it's maintenance. You are not a robot. You don't need a permission slip to breathe and blink. Basically, your brain is a workaholic roommate who freaks out whenever you sit still. But it also needs naps and Netflix to survive. Welcome to emotional irony. Number 3, procrastinating stress. You've got a big task. It's looming. It's important. Your entire future might depend on it. So naturally, use a scroll TikTok for 2 hours and reorganize your kitchen spice rack alphabetically. Here's the glitch. Your brain hates discomfort. It doesn't care that finishing the thing will relieve the stress. It only cares about avoiding stress right now. So it tricks you with short-term feel-good activities, like watching raccoon videos or cleaning a drawer you forgot existed. This is emotional regulation gone rogue. The prefrontal cortex, aka your brain's planner, is trying to get stuff done. But the limbic system, aka your brain's emotional drama queen, is like, ugh, this feels bad. Let's not. And guess who usually wins? Yeah, the drama queen with the Wi-Fi password to your willpower. Even worse, the longer you avoid the thing, the more it mutates into a mythical beast in your mind. Now it's not just a task, it's a threat. Your brain's like, avoid the dragon, escape to the land of online shopping. And the irony? The stress of procrastination often feels worse than the actual task. It's like being afraid of opening a door, only to realize it leads to a mildly annoying conversation and not a pit of flaming snakes. So yes, your brain is basically self-sabotaging with glittery distractions and calling it self-care. You've got a job, you slept, you ate a banana, no drama, no tragedy, no missing socks. But somehow, something just feels off, like your soul forgot how to sit right. This, dear friend, is your brain's baseline anxiety doing cartwheels for no reason. It's not always about external problems. Sometimes your nervous system just gets bored and hits the mystery discomfort button for funsies. Think of it like background noise in a haunted house. There's no monster, no ghost, just a persistent hum of May that makes you question everything. Part of this is interoception, your brain trying to interpret signals from your body. And guess what? It's not great at it. So a mild tummy flutter becomes, am I dying? And a yawn turns into, do I hate my life? We love overanalyzing. If your brain were a person, It would constantly be poking you like, hey, hey, what if your happiness is fake? And instead of ignoring it, you spiral because you've been trained to think not feeling 100% amazing means something's broken. Spoiler, it doesn't. Sometimes your emotional Wi-Fi just lags. Basically, your brain is bored and invents an existential itch it can't scratch, then makes you feel weird for not knowing why. Number 4, caring what strangers think you weren't even thinking about donuts. But then someone says, no more sugar for a week, and suddenly you're mentally eating a 12-pack of glazed with your bare hands. This is called psychological reactance. It's your brain's rebellious toddler energy, flipping tables the second it hears no. The moment something becomes restricted, your brain cranks up the craving like it's trying to win a prize. It's not about donuts, or the person who ghosted you, or the shirt that's sold out in your size. It's about autonomy. Your brain is hardwired to protect your freedom of choice, even if that choice is self-destructive and cinnamon-flavored. Basically, telling your brain it can't have something is like handing it a mission. Forbidden? Now I must possess it immediately. And if I can't, I will spiral emotionally. This glitch is why diets feel like punishment. Breakups feel like rejection, even when you initiated them. And the moment someone says, don't touch that, you suddenly need to press every button like it's a video game controller. Your brain is basically a toddler in a trench coat, demanding forbidden fruit and threatening to cry in the grocery store aisle of life. You could be walking through a grocery store, minding your business, when suddenly you realize, wait, are these people judging me for buying 6 types of cheese and no vegetables? First of all, probably not. But your brain doesn't care. It's locked into ancient survival software that equates social disapproval with exile and imminent death by saber-toothed tiger. This delightful glitch lives in your social monitoring system, which evolved to keep you connected to the tribe. Because back in the day, if your clan thought you were weird, they'd kick you out and you'd become bear food. Fast forward to now, and your brain still thinks the cashier's raised eyebrow could spell doom. Ironically, the people you're most worried about impressing are the ones you'll never see again. Your brain's like, let's rehearse this awkward smile for that barista you met once in 2021. It matters. The absurd part? You could be surrounded by friends who love you, but one stranger's side-eye can send your brain into a full existential crisis. Basically, your brain's running a PR campaign 24/7, and every passerby is an imaginary Yelp reviewer who might tank your social rating. Number 5, replaying cringe at 2 a.m. It's 2 a.m. You're in bed, everything's quiet, your room is cozy. And suddenly your brain slaps you with the memory of that one time you waved back at someone who wasn't waving at you. In 2013, this is your brain's default mode network going to work. Basically, the system that kicks in when you're not doing anything. It's supposed to help with reflection and memory consolidation, but sometimes it just becomes a shame-powered highlight reel. Why? Because your brain thinks reviewing your failures will help you not do them again. Even if the mistake was 47 light years ago. Even if it involved braces and a middle school talent show. But instead of learning from it, your brain's just tossing cringe bombs into your consciousness like, hey, remember this social fumble from a decade ago? Let's feel that again. It's like emotional time travel. But instead of saving the world, you're reliving every awkward handshake you've ever performed. Your brain, we should be sleeping. Also your brain, what if we relive 10-year-old embarrassment instead? Basically, your brain is trying to help by replaying the blooper reel, but forgot that you already learned the lesson and just want to sleep like a normal adult.